Welcome to Don Bosco in a Year podcast.
Day 20th. The end of the rhetoric year approached. The time when students usually ponder their vocations. The dream I had in Morialdo was deeply imprinted on my mind. In fact, it had recurred several times more in ever clearer terms. So that if I wanted to put faith in it, I would have to choose the priesthood, towards which I actually felt inclined. But I did not want to believe dreams, and my own manner of life, certain habits of my heart, and the absolute lack of the virtues necessary to that state filled me with doubts and make the decision very difficult. Oh, if only I had a guide to care for my vocation, what a great treasure he would have been for me. But I lacked that treasure. I had a good confessor who sought to make me a good Christian, but who never chose to get involved in the question of my vocation. Thinking things over myself after reading some books which dealt with the choice of a state in life, I decided to enter the Franciscan order. If I become a secular priest, I told myself, my vocation runs a great risk of shipwreck. I will embrace the priesthood, renounce the world, enter the cloister, and dedicate myself to study and meditation. Thus, in solitude, I will be able to combat my passions, especially my pride, which had put down deep roots in my heart. So, I applied to enter the Reformed conventions. I took the examination and was accepted. All was ready for my entry into Sherry's Monastery of Peace. A few days before I was due to enter, I had a very strange dream. I seemed to see a multitude of these friars, clad in threadbare habits, all dashing about helter skelter. One of them came up to me and said, "You are looking for peace, but you won't find it here. See what goes on. God's preparing another place, another harvest for you." I wanted to question this religious, but a noise awakened me and I saw nothing more. I revealed everything to my confessor, but he did not want to hear of dreams of Firaz. In this matter, he said, everyone must follow his own inclinations and not the advice of others. Then something cropped up which made it impossible for me to carry out my intention. And since the obstacles were many and difficult, I decided to reveal it all to my friend Komolo. He advised me to make a novena. Meanwhile, he would write to his uncle, the provost. On the last day of my novena, I went to confession and communal with this incomparable friend. I attended one mass and served another at the altar of Our Lady of Grace in the cathedral. Then we went home and found a letter from Father Comolo, which went something like this: Having given careful consideration to what you wrote me, I advise your friend not to enter a monastery at this time. Let him don the clerical habit As he goes on with his studies, he will better understand what God wants him to do. He must not fear to lose his vocation because aloofness from the world and earnest piety will help him overcome every obstacle. I followed this wise advice and applied myself seriously to those things which would help prepare me to take the clerical habit. I took the rhetoric exam and then I also took the entrance examination for the seminary in Sherry. The college at Sherry certainly exemplifies the spirit of piety. During my 4 years as a student in the college, I do not remember ever hearing any talk, not even a word, that could be considered impolite or irreligious. At the end of the rhetoric course, of the 25 students, 21 embraced the clerical state, 3 became doctors, and 1 became a merchant. When I got home for the holidays,
Thank you for joining us today on this journey to know Don Bosco. May these reflections deepen our faith, guide us closer to God each day, and hope to see you all tomorrow. Till then, keep seeking, keep praying, keep growing.